There are a lot of people working hard right now to secure Brittney's release, but as we hope for the best, we urge the entire global sports community to continue to stay energized on her behalf. Because Brittney isn't just on the Phoenix Mercury, she isn't just a member of her team in Russia, she isn't just an Olympian. She's one of us, the team of athletes in this room tonight, and all over the world. A team that has nothing to do with politics or global conflict.
Being arrested in a foreign country is probably one of the biggest fears while traveling, especially for drug possession in a country like Russia. And that is what happened to the famous WNBA player Brittney Griner. But in her case, she might be responsible. So that's what we're going to discuss today. Does she deserve to go to jail? But also the hypocrisy of this situation. Brittney Griner is a famous WNBA player with many accolades, such as All-NBA team, she won the championship, she's an all-star player, she's probably in the Hall of Famer, but she has to play in Russia. And you'll ask me, a player with such a great career, why does she have to play in Russia? And that is simple. Unlike the NBA, the WNBA doesn't make as much money. In fact, it's not profitable as a business. The WNBA player cannot receive the same wages as their counterparts. Players need to go overseas to earn more money. And in a country like Russia, they do pay well. I think they pay more than $1 million, depending on the team and everything. And for the past 6 years and a half, she's been playing in Russia. In February, she's been arrested at the Moscow airport by the Russian customs.
Griner was arrested on drug charges a month ago, but the news only made public over the weekend. Russian customs officials claim they detected cannabis oil in her luggage at an airport near Moscow.
And this summer she pleaded guilty and she'll be in prison for the next 9 years. Does she deserve it? If you talk on a moral standpoint, no, she doesn't, especially when you know it's hashish and it's less than a gram. But on a legal base, she broke the law. She broke the law in a country like Russia during the escalation between Russia, Ukraine, and the Western countries. Because of the tensions, if you went to Russia, you couldn't risk anything. You had to be the perfect foreigner. One mistake and you had a high chance to go to jail. You can't give her the benefit of the doubt because she has been to Russia multiple times. She has been playing Russia for 6 years. It's not like it was her first time in Russia. There is no reason for not being cautious in a situation like that. But like I said, on a moral point, it's not fair. But on a legal point, there's not a lot you can say. Especially when you know that a country like the US imprisoned people for the same reason. The US have proposed a trade. They'll exchange a dangerous Russian criminal and I think a spy for Brittney Griner and an American spy.
What?
If you ask me, it would be like trading Jordan for me. It makes no sense. This person is called the Merchant of Death. She probably caught some bodies on court, but he caught bodies off court, so I don't see how this deal is reasonable. He might have info on the US. He might be dangerous to the US or other countries. And you want to trade that person just to appease certain people? I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's fair, especially when you know that a lot of Americans are imprisoned in foreign countries for the same reason, or minor reason. And seeing how those people and entities are pushing to free Brittney Griner, I do understand why some people are mad, why some people feel like they are hypocrite, because they don't do that for the others Americans that are in prison for way more longer and even more minor reasons. So I do understand that some people are mad. But I have one question: what would you do if you had that kind of power? What would you do if you were in that kind of situation? Because of that, I want to talk about a manga called Vinland Saga. If you know, good for you. If you don't, maybe check it out. In this manga, they discuss the fact that love is discrimination. You might be listening to that and think, where are we going? But just trust me, stay there. Love is discrimination because you're more likely to prioritize the people for who you have affection. That means if you love one person more than the other, you're more likely to have that person. I'm gonna explain it to you with an example. You have some people that support the Ukrainians, they protest, donate, they actively show that they are behind the Ukrainian cause. On the other side, they do not support the Palestinians. That means they don't put as much effort as they do for the Ukrainians. Whereas you also have people that support the Palestinians but do not show support or little support to the Ukrainians. If you take only from an emotional point of view, people will support causes because they have a friend who's from that country or they have a bond. You have many different reasons, and that is why you see those people support Brittney Griner. They don't support other Americans that are locked up in foreign countries. We are all hypocrite in a sense. That's part of human nature. That's why it's difficult to live up to your values. Imagine you're against killing, but someone threatens your life. Are you gonna kill that person and survive but go against your values? Or accept death, but at least you stick up to your values? You see? That's why I don't want to blame those people, because honestly, they do what they want. They are free to support who they want. But it's not like if you exchange position with me, I wouldn't do the same thing for a person I appreciate or love. This is like the idea love is discrimination. You don't treat everyone the same because you don't love everyone the same. You don't treat your friend like you treat your family in general. You won't treat a stranger like you treat your friend. You see, it just goes on. The main goal of this video isn't that much about Brittney Griner, because if we really want to talk about it, the punishment is way too harsh.
However,
she broke the law. She deserved to go to jail. End of the story. There's no need to debate any further. Some people in this generation, in this society, especially with social media, they stop searching for the information. They stop trying to inform themselves and just follow their favorite influencer or athlete or whatever you want, just the person with the most followers. The problem is that more and more people are being dependent because they see someone who made it. They think this person has all the keys, all the answers, and they just stop thinking and only listen. But that's not how it works, especially with social media. When you can get lost easily, you still need to search. It's not because LeBron James posted something that he's necessarily right. You still need to do your own research. People in cult, they only listen to one person. They do not search. They do not look for other information. And look what happens. People in this generation, they just don't care about it anymore. That's a major issue. That's what I wanted to talk about. This situation is probably a perfect example, because you see some people defending her without even knowing her or even caring about her. Just because they see other people defending her, they'll just hop on the train. I'm not saying that you have to know or care to defend or support a person. If you're against injustice, then do what you gotta do. That's not what I'm saying. I'm sure those people, if they, I hope, if they could help everyone, they would do it, but they can't. However, if there's a chance to help Brittney Griner, they will try, because they know her. Like I told you, everyone is hypocrite in this world, but there's a difference between knowing and not knowing. In today's society, because of the internet, with one single post, you can destroy someone's life. People will see your post without even doing any research. They'll just believe it's true. In my opinion, this kind of attitude begins when you start fighting for causes without even knowing why. And the sole reason you're fighting for that cause is because you saw a famous person defend it, or you saw it trending on an app. I guess that's all for the video, guys. I hope you had a great time. Like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want. I just started Discord server, so if you want to join, link below. I hope to see you soon for another one. Don't forget, if you travel, leave the drugs at home.